going on, George Mason? Welcome back inside the press box. I'm DeMonte Shaw.
And I'm Brendan Randolph.
And we have a special guest, Coach Nyla, joining us again in the press box. Thank you for giving us the time.
Thank you.
So you're in your second season here at Mason, but more importantly, you're in your second year here in Fairfax. So have you made the adjustment yet? I know last time you were talking about the traffic and everything, so how's that been?
You continue to have to talk about the traffic.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the traffic hasn't changed, but yes, I've adjusted. My husband has gotten here, moved here in June. We actually moved out to Haymarket. So my commute isn't quite what it was when I was right here on campus last year, but I'm loving it. I love Mason. I love the Fairfax area. And year two has definitely been easier than year one was.
Yeah, absolutely. So you found your hot spots and your different favorite restaurants already and everything?
We have. I've got a couple of favorites, and it's been really, really good.
Well, what are your favorites?
Well, I like Guapo's Mexican. I love to shop at Fair Oaks Mall. I really like to go to Tyson's Corner, but the traffic and parking and all that, so I stick there. And Cheesecake Factory's always good.
Oh yeah,
so,
Cheesecake's
one of my favorites. I went there like about a week ago.
Yeah. I found a couple really good places out at Haymarket. There's an ice cream place called Effie's. Yeah, it's good. So Gainesville area out there where we can have our little area. It's good.
Okay, see, we got Coach Nyla's stamp of approval, so you better go. Okay, we can talk a little bit about last season, our first season. A little adjustment to the A10 as well. So you came in, I guess, just so many adjustments.
Throw me to the fire in the Atlantic 10.
And you handled it like a pro. So what are you looking forward to this season? Any adjustments to build upon last year?
I think that's the key. Is it's a process, and it's a building process. But the Atlantic 10 was a big move for Mason in general. Obviously, some of the sports were maybe better prepared and well equipped with what they already had than maybe women's basketball was. But we feel good about where we're at. Not that we're going to again set the world on fire this year, and we'd love an A10 championship, but I'm not sure we're quite there yet. But we have 7 returners that have put in a tremendous amount of work. Obviously, when you have a Tay Brown returning, the leading scorer in the Atlantic 10, that's a good building block to build around. Jasmine Jackson is now eligible. Christy McCube is eligible. Our big key right now is to get healthy. We're not real healthy, but then we have 4 freshmen that are ready to go. And probably the most exciting thing is, we're going to build. We're going to get better this year, but we have 5 transfers sitting and waiting for next season. So we really like what our future holds, not only as we continue this year, but down the road.
We're just stacking up talent.
Stacking is always good.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah, I like the way the team is going. Looking forward to the future. But are there any particular goals just for this season that the team has?
We actually talked about that a little bit the last couple of days, and I think to finish in the top half of the Atlantic 10, we finished 12th out of 13 last year. So to finish in the top half, and if you can do that in the Atlantic 10, there's a possibility of getting in postseason play. The WNIT, there's another CBI type tournament that's still postseason, and I think that would be big for this team. We open up with Virginia Tech.
Yeah, it's a big one.
It's going to be big. My key there right now is we're not very healthy going into our season opener, but still exciting for the ACC to come into our house and play. We got a couple of non-conference tournaments that we're playing in that are teams that we can definitely go and get some success against. So, I think we just need to continue to step on the floor and compete. We lost a lot of really close games last year. That's one of our goals this year, is that we will finish games, particularly games that, we have an opportunity to win coming down the stretch. So this team's working hard, and again, I've got to stay patient as the head coach. It gets hard sometimes, but to enjoy the process and continue to get better in the process.
Right. Well, don't feel too bad about finishing 12th out of 13, though, because, the men's finished 12th out of 13, too, I think. Pretty sure
we weren't 13th, and that was
there you go.
We won. I think that the other thing that's really a positive to build on last year is the first round of the conference tournament. We were down big. We and we came back and we won in overtime. So we were able to win a conference tournament game, which was big for this program, big for this team, gave us a lot of confidence going into the off season. So You know, we were picked. There's a new team this year in the conference, Davidson. So there's actually 14 teams. We were picked 11th. So you know, we're moving in the right direction. I think something else to really build on this year is we have 2 national TV games this season, and one of them is in Fairfax. And I'm not sure. First, I'm not sure the women have ever been on national TV, and definitely have never had a home national TV game. So we're on CBS Sports, and we are on an ESPNU. 2 televised, nationally televised games, so a little bit of exposure.
Yeah, we got to fill the seats for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, there's lots of positive things to build on, and we just can't get focused on you know, the win-loss of what we did last year. And you know, even this year, if it doesn't start out maybe the way we want to, we've got to keep the big picture and celebrate small victories.
Absolutely. Yeah, I went to several of the games last year. And I tell you, I was probably more excited at those games than the men's games.
We got better, didn't we?
Yeah.
We got better.
Oh, yeah.
And Tay Brown's a special player.
Yeah.
Tay Brown is a special player for us.
She's amazing. I think I compared her to Allen Iverson. One of the
That'd be a good
episodes.
comparison.
So she's just, I mean, the quickness and the handles, it's amazing. I guess speaking on some of the players, I know we lost a couple seniors last year. Have you noticed anyone stepping up as leaders in the locker room, or is there anyone that you look to kind of take on that role?
Our 3 captains this year are Tay Brown, Rihanna Muhammad. She does a great job on and off the floor. One of those players that you know, doesn't garner major minutes, but she's such a positive leader. She does right on and off the floor. So obviously deserving of a captain. And then Jasmine Jackson is, she's really probably our vocal leader of this basketball team. Tay leads a little bit more by example. Jasmine Jackson's a vocal leader. So I feel good, our leadership, and not a knock on last year's. I'm just not sure they really knew how to lead, but we've done a lot of things with our captains, and that's going to be very much a positive for us also.
Okay, awesome. And you said we have 4 freshmen. Have you found that they're adjusting well?
They are. Freshmen will be freshmen.
Yeah.
They have freshman moments, and they're going to continue to have freshman moments. The biggest thing for them is really probably surviving preseason, and they've survived.
Yeah, that's a positive. That's always good.
It is a positive. They've done very good in the classroom, so that's a positive also. So heading in, they're going to have to play. They're going to have to play, and they're going to have to provide us some places, some key roles. But their basketball IQ is very high. Their skill level is very, very good. So just continuing to adjust to the college game is going to be a key for them. But I think they're going to adjust very well. And again, having returners that are able to help them and know what our expectations of our program is going to be a positive.
Absolutely. So I mean, as far as I know, one thing are there any breakout players that you look to have just an absolute amazing season that may catch us by surprise? Or is there anyone you've seen putting a lot of improvement in where they're going to come out and show us something?
I think if you look at a couple of our other returners, Sandra Ngoye has put in a tremendous amount of work, and you know, she proved last year she could really, really shoot the basketball.
Yeah, the team in 3-point shooting.
Absolutely, but consistency was an issue. Consistency and being able to fight through fatigue. So I think she's in better condition, and you know, we're trying to expand her game a little bit, but the consistency at the 3-line, consistency night in and night out of shooting the basketball, I think has been a big improvement for her. I think you're going to see a more confident Talisha Watts. We saw some moments that Talisha really did some good things, but again, the inconsistency, more than anything, her confidence. But I think as a senior, she really understands. And right now, probably my big surprise, if you saw the exhibition stat sheet, is Rachel McNair. She didn't play last year with an injury and really played very little the year before. She had 17 rebounds the other day in our exhibition opener. So she's been a little bit of a surprise. I knew about her work ethic. She's got a tremendous amount of toughness to her, but she's a beast on the boards right now, and that's going to be a real help to this basketball team.
Yeah, like I can imagine. I actually, like, when she's a senior too, so like I played against her when she was like at Skyline as a freshman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she kind of took it to me. So there's a little bit of a surprise. I was like, oh man, she's really good. Like,
she's been a pleasant surprise. And,
yeah.
You know, 2 ACLs, so you just really don't
really
know how
tough.
you're going to come back. But she's worked very hard and definitely going to play a role for us. But rebounding was one of the maybe worry areas coming into the season, and I think she's going to help us shore that area up.
Tying them up. Well, we thank you for giving us the time to have an interview. Yeah, looking forward to some big things this season. The season opener against Virginia Tech. I'll definitely be out there, try to get people in the stands, cheering on our women's team. Because like I said, they are absolutely exciting to watch. I can't stress it enough.
Yeah, like
I don't think
they're
sat
something
down
that
the
I'm
whole
actually
game.
going to be looking forward to
Yeah.
watching this season. Like I'm going to try to make it to all the games.
Yeah.
I think that would be one thing, that if we can get the word out, that I really do think we have a brand of basketball that's exciting. We get up and down the floor. We're going to get better. We've got some very special players in our program right now. We're going to continue to get better. And I just invite people to come out and watch us play. We've got, in fact, our Virginia Tech game is a doubleheader with the men. We play before. Our game on that Sunday, the 16th, is a doubleheader with the men. We actually play after. So there's lots of opportunities to come out and watch us play.
Okay, and we're going to help spread that word. So
thank you.
You heard it, Mason Nation. Coach Nyla wants you. We want you out there supporting our women's team because they deserve it, and you won't be disappointed, I promise. But that about wraps it up for us here inside the Press Box. I'm DeMonte Shaw.
I'm Brendan Randolph.
This is Coach Nyla. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Go Patriots.
Absolutely. Press on, George Mason.